welcome to Isaac's podcast today. Jordan and I will be talking about baseball, NFL, and NBA. Where do you want to start with, Jordan?
We could talk about baseball.
Okay. So, what do you think so far of this season?
It's doing good. I mean, the Yankees are just winning a lot of games, and so the Mets, and so the Astros. Atlanta.
The Mets are only one game, 1.5. They only have a game and a half lead over the Braves. And the Mets and the Braves are facing each other in a series. So if the Mets lose tonight, then they will be only a half game up.
Yeah. So, I mean, those two teams are looking great right now. And I know it's only still a little bit of the first season. So wait for after the All-Star break, the second half, you're going to see Atlanta come out. It's going to be one of those two teams who's going to take the wild card.
Max Scherzer is back.
Yeah, yes he is. Now, if they could get DeGrom back like that, I think if they could get DeGrom back and keep Max Scherzer healthy, I think that team could do it, keep the first place. Except if those pitchers don't get hurt, that team could be all right. If those two pitchers get hurt, they're not. You need your two all-star players. You can't bring your minor system up because, and you can't really count on your bullpen to help, I mean, you could win like 3-0, 2-0, except you need to win like 8-0. That's the only way the Mets could win, to keep like that. And you got to keep the Atlanta down. If Atlanta gets, like, say they win 12 games, that team's unstoppable with the thing.
How about the Angels?
The Angels,
is the injury for Mike Trout last night bad, or will he only be out a couple games again?
He might be.
He has back spasms. I don't know that type of injury.
So he might be out. He might be out maybe like 10 games like that. He might be out for 10 games.
He's not gonna play in the All-Star game?
He could probably make it to the All-Star game. He could play. He's probably gonna take it day by day and see how his back is. I think he'll probably be in the All-Star game.
Is he on the injured list, or is his status day to day?
Status day by day. So
he could play tonight, but not likely.
Not likely. So he'll
I'm hoping he comes back for the Dodgers series. On Friday.
I think he might. So it's only Wednesday, so it's only a day by day. So he might sit out for the night and see how it is. If he doesn't play like the Dodgers game, he could play the Dodgers game on Saturday night and maybe take a couple of days off, rest the back, and maybe play Saturday. That's what he might do, the rest the back, because he knows he wants to play baseball, and because he knows the All-Star is coming up because he didn't play last year.
Speaking of the All-Star game, did you hear that it might not happen because the people at Dodger Stadium, the people that works the concession stands, might be going on strike?
If it goes on strike, they can move it to a different stadium
at the last minute.
So they can move it. If say the Dodgers, if the owner doesn't make a deal for them, I know the Dodgers owner will make a deal with them so they could have the All-Star game now. So I think it might happen. So it's like a day by day thing. So if they make a deal on it, they might have it. Or they don't, they can move it somewhere else like that, and they can move it to Oakland, or they can move it to the Giants. Still, it could still be in California.
At Angel Stadium.
They could do that too at the Angels Stadium because the Angels had it there last time. So they can move it around.
How about the home run derby? That is still happening at Dodger Stadium, or would that change too?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What happens with the owner does to the workers who work at the Dodgers team. So it's up in the air. So you don't know what's gonna happen. If they say they can move it, so we gotta see what happens at the Dodger Stadium. So you gotta see.
The All-Star game is on Sunday.
Yeah.
So today's Wednesday. So probably the MLB owner and the Dodgers owner should make a decision by like Friday night, Saturday morning.
Yeah. So, so they'll get it done. I know they got money. They could probably help, you know.
I just think baseball has a lot of problems because you remember with spring training and all that.
Yeah. So look how long it took them to come back and like that. So I have a feeling they could probably work out. I think they'll probably maybe have it done by Friday. So we'll see what happens. So we just got, if they do, it'll be because
Would it be bad for baseball if they did not have the home run derby and the All-Star game this year?
I think that'll hurt the fans watching. All the fans who come like from different states to come watch the All-Star game.
Yes, and that Elbow Pros is going to be in the home run derby this year. If the home run derby happens, I think Elbow Pros has a good chance. But Pete Alonso is going to try to win 3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you got Pete Alonso, who's gonna be, how he does, and you got Stanton from the Yankees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing the show. You know how many home runs he could put up.
How about, is Aaron Judge or Mike Trout in the home run derby?
Mike Trout, he doesn't want, because how he plays the All-Star game, he doesn't want to do both.
So it might be the same way with Aaron Judge.
Yeah. So
it's Pete Alonso, Stanton, Pujols. Who else is in the home run derby? Or you don't know?
I don't know. I know those couple. I know because I know Judge did it twice. Because I know he did the home run derby and the All-Star game like that. It's up to Mike Trout if he wants to do both. You know how you have to know your body, how your body can take the limit. You know what I mean?
Yes. Back to the Angels. What do they have to do at the trade deadline or just in general to try to jump like 5 or 6 teams into the wild card? It's likely that 3. Wait, how many teams are in California for baseball? 5?
You have the
Athletics, Giants, Dodgers, and the Angels, and the Padres. Yeah. I think 4 out of those 5 can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Actually, 3. Probably not Oakland.
Not Oakland.
And not the Angels, maybe.
Nothing. So I gotta say the
everybody in California besides those 2 teams.
Yeah. So I think the Padres will take the wild card behind the Dodgers, if the Padres can, the Padres can still take the first. They can still take first place in the second half after the All-Star break, because you forget who's coming back. It's Tatis. Tatis is coming back
late July.
Yeah,
early August, but unfortunately, he's not going to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah, so because they want to save him. if say they put him in the All-Star, say he got hurt, you want to save him. You want him to be 100%.
So he's probably coming back after the All-Star
Yeah.
week.
So that's what they're doing. So he's like down and getting all his training in. You want him to be healthy 100%. Because how the Dodgers are like they're only a couple games, like 2 games or 1 game behind, up. So if you get Tatis back, you watch. I think the Padres could be the team to beat the Dodgers. Take the foot like that.
Speaking, earlier you mentioned that you think Alata would be really good in the second half. Did you see who they face? Did you see who they have to face to open up the second half of the season? The Angels.
Oh, the Angels.
And the Angels are going to Atlanta.
So I think Atlanta.
Just like Baltimore swept the Angels, which I cannot believe.
I know.
I think the Angels could be swept by Atlanta, depending on if Mike Trout plays.
Yeah. I mean, you got.
But Baltimore is on a 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, because they got a good team. Because they got a young. Because they trade all those players they had. They traded away, and they all got pieces back from different teams, like the Yankees, the Blue Jays, from different teams. That's what they're gonna make a big name. I mean, it's too early now for them. Give them like 3 years or 5 years. They'll be great.
Are they gonna make the wild card? Baltimore.
I think they'll out. I think they'll soar behind.
Only 2 games out.
So we'll see. Cause you still got the Blue Jays,
who beat the Phillies last night. What do you think of the Phillies? And then we can talk about basketball.
Philly has to stop playing because you got the Mets are playing good.
Bryce Harper is injured and he's out for like how many more weeks? 4, 3?
Something like that. You got the Mets were playing.
Thumb injury.
Yeah, that takes time. So you got the Mets who are playing great, then Atlanta. So
Dodgers and the Cardinals.
Yeah. So I mean, if Philly needs to stop playing good ball to be in the wild card. They get the tie. Because if you could tie the wild card, because you only play 1 game for like that, so Philly needs to stop playing good ball so they, stop winning.
Yeah. One more thing in baseball. If the Angels do make the wild card, they should start Shohei Ohtani, especially the way he's been pitching lately.
Yeah.
And I heard on the radio last night on the Angels radio station that every time Ohtani pitches, it seems like he's pitching to end a losing streak. And the Angels are on a 5-game losing streak, and the Ohtani is 8-4 with I would say good ERA. So hopefully Ohtani wins tonight.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But let's talk about basketball.
All right.
What do you think is going to happen with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? Are both, neither, or one of them going to be on the Lakers?
Kyrie Irving, I think I could see him with the Lakers because he won a ring, he was won a ring with Braun already with Cleveland.
But keep in mind, if the Lakers gets one of them or both of them, they would have to give away Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And I saw that Stephen Curry wants Kevin Durant back on the Warriors.
Yeah. So if you get one of those 2 guys on that team,
we could be good next season.
Yeah. And then I think what's his name was coming back to Boston.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah. So he's going back to Boston. That's gonna help Boston a little bit better. I mean, for next, you got a lot of.
And then didn't New York Knicks get a really good player? I forgot who they were.
I know who you're talking about.
From the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think he went
Ma-
from the Knicks to the Mavericks to help out. What's his name from the Mavericks?
You mean Mavericks to New York?
Yeah. So the Knicks traded their piece.
I forgot his name.
I know who he is. I forgot.
Jalen Brunson.
Yep. So he went to the Mavericks. I mean, next year for basketball, it's gonna be because it's gonna be for this year for basketball.
Is the LA teams going to be better?
Yeah.
Because did you see who the Clippers got?
I know. Oh man, what's his name? I know who the guy. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think the Clippers will be great. The Lakers will be great. Except you still got the Warriors. They're gonna be great.
Especially if they have especially if they have KD.
Yeah. And then don't forget the Mavericks. Don't forget the Bucks.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Depending on if they keep Devin Booker and Chris Paul.
Yeah. And then don't forget Boston Celtics. They're gonna be good. Don't forget the Raptors. They're gonna be good. And don't forget the Miami Heat.
Orlando Magic could be like decent with the number one pick. They got Pablo.
And don't forget, and then they could pick up a couple trades too. Oh, and then they could pick up a good team. I mean, a good draft too. So those teams I just said could be great for next year. So those teams is say who's gonna be good coming soon.
I don't. Yes, I don't think the Lakers and the Clippers are gonna be in the play-in tournament. I think they're gonna be in the top 6.
Yeah.
Like 3 out of the 6 spots in the West is gonna be Warriors, Lakers, Clippers.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Okay, let's talk about the NFL. So Logan and I predicted the standings. Logan predicts that the Packers will win 9 games next season. I predict they will win 13 games.
I think they
Under 13 or under 9?
I think they could probably win 9 to 12 games, and maybe like lose maybe like 5, somewhere around there.
They face the Vikings to open up the season.
I think Green Bay takes that one.
For the Rams, I predict the Rams will win 14, and Logan thinks they will win 8. Logan predicts they will only win 8 after winning the Super Bowl.
I think they probably take 13 games and only lose 5. I think they'll lose 13, win 13 games, and maybe only lose like 4 to 5 games, losing on that.
So far, the Packers and the Rams, in your opinion, are in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay, Chargers. Both Logan and I predict they will win double-digit games. Logan thinks 10, I think 14. Are we overhyping the Chargers or underhyping them?
I think lowballing on the Chargers because they're not there yet. Except
they got Khalil Mack.
So I think they could probably. You say 14 wins.
Logan says 10.
I say maybe like 10 games, and maybe I can see them losing 6 games.
So you agree with Logan 10 and 7?
I think how they say like losing 7. I say they might lose 6 games.
Okay, so go 11 and 6.
Yeah.
Kansas City. Logan thinks they will win 13 games. I say they will win 9 because they lost. Let's talk about Kansas City.
I say they'll probably go 11 wins, and I say
6 losses.
I say 7 losses.
Okay.
So 11 and 7.
Okay. Because this is the Kansas City Chiefs schedule. Arizona, Chargers, Colts, Tampa Bay, the Raiders, Buffalo, and San Francisco. And then they have a bye week. What do you think of the first half of their season?
So I say the Cardinals, they'll lose that one.
Who, Kansas City or Arizona?
Kansas City will lose that one. And then I say they'll lose against Oakland because Oakland's good. And
Las Vegas.
yeah, those two I see they lose those two games. And he said San Francisco.
Yes.
San Francisco Giants. I think they probably. Oh, San Francisco 49. I think they could. I think they probably lose 3 games.
Did you see who? Did you see who they?
Oh, the trade. The Browns traded what's his name to the Panthers.
Yes.
That's gonna.
Baker Mayfield. Let's talk about that.
I think that's gonna really help them a little bit there with him because he.
I cannot believe we almost forgot to talk about that.
I think they could probably because he could win the football and throw the football, so he could help him a little bit better there. And don't forget the who's the other team who went to the Super Bowl?
I saw that Sam Darnold could play like 5 games.
Yeah. So don't forget the Bengals. The Bengals are still good.
Yes.
So they still got the same team. I don't want to count out the Bengals this year, so I think the Bengals could probably do it this year.
Okay. So the second half of the season is Tennessee, Jacksonville. That's going to be an easy win. Chargers, I predict Kansas City will win. And then Cincinnati. And you remember what happened last season.
Yeah.
The Bengals beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
Denver, Russell Wilson you cannot count out Denver this year.
Yeah.
Houston Texans, they made the playoffs a few years ago, but now they're like going downhill.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks, I don't even know who their quarterback is.
And then don't forget, and then you know how Oakland got better, the Denver Broncos got better, and those two teams I see the Chiefs taking the wild card. Oh, I see one of those 3 teams finding out for first place.
Looking at what I predicted, I'm gonna change my record to winning 11 games, and really fast finishing up the 2 games. They end the season with Denver and Las Vegas. Okay, last team. Logan predicts the Eagles will be 11-10-6, and I predict the Eagles will be 9-8.
I say
Logan predicts the Eagles will start off the season 4-0, and I have them starting off 1-3.
I see the Eagles winning maybe 3, winning 3 and losing 1 game. That's my prediction. So on this, I say maybe they'll go starting out, maybe they could go maybe for this, maybe 9.
There's 17 games in the season.
So 17. So I say maybe they could go it's maybe 9-9 this year. And maybe they could get the wild card. See what they do. It's kind of hard to see what's going to happen for them. You got to see if they could win. If they could win, I'd say maybe 3-1. They could probably do it.
So do you agree with Logan and I with the predictions?
Yes.
So all of these teams could be in the playoffs the next season?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Jordan.
You're welcome, Isaac.
Hopefully the Angels turn their season around.
Yep.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Go Angels.